Hello and welcome to Tech of the Day. Today we're going to talk about Learn C Sharp with NK from scratch. In this series, I have already published two other videos before this in which we talked about how to get started with C Sharp, how to install IDE Integrated Development Environment, syntax, how and we talked about basic things like comments, variables, data types, typecasting, user input, operators, maths library, strings, boolean, if else, switch, while loop, for loop, break, continue, and arrays. In this video, we are going to talk about methods. But before going further, if you haven't come across me, I'm Nitesh Sharma, highly interested in learning and sharing .NET knowledge and around 6 years of experience. I'm a senior consultant. Let's get started. So, a method. What is method? C sharp method. A method is a block of code which only runs when it is called. You can pass data known as parameter into a method, and methods are also used to perform certain actions and they are also known as functions. So, method is simply a block of code and which is existing somewhere in a class. Okay, so method, we will talk about class later on. Method is a block of code which is existing somewhere in a class and which is kind of idle, it's just there, and when you need it you call it and you send some values, and using those parameters or values it calculates, it does some calculations and then return some values or not, depending if you want to return something or it's just performing an action. So it can perform an action and then return nothing but just do something, and also it can just return you something. So depending on type of method, if it has a return type or not. So what we will do, we will in this lesson we will create a method, we will call a method and predefined methods. So let's go. So methods, parameters and arguments. In a method you need to pass parameters, and that those parameters can be used, they act as a variable in the function, and that function can use those variables to do some calculation or some actions. Okay, they are specified after the method name. Inside the parenthesis you can just add as many parameters as you want, and you just have to separate them with commas. Then you can also send default parameter value, you can send multiple parameters, you also specify return type of return values. I will i will talk about them in a while in action. You have return type, return values, you have a named argument. So we will talk about all of them in a while. Okay, let's go to our example. If you remember, we created a console application where we where we did something already. Okay, so here is my method. Okay, here is my method, which is get name of the day. So in this method I have a parameter which is name of the day as int, and I can have a default value of this parameter as 1. That means if I don't pass any value when I call this method get name of the day, then it will take the default value of 1. And so if I have passed the value as 1, then the return value will be according to this switch statement will be Sunday. We have already discussed switch statement. If you have want watched my previous videos, please watch them, because I have discussed how switch statements work. So, and if I pass any value to call this method get name of the day, then it will act as accordingly. So here I'm not passing anything in this one, and also I can pass something. So you have both optional options when you have a default value of the parameter. I can leave it like this. I can pass some value as well. Okay, so this is how it works. And then you can have multiple parameters in your function. You have a function called print names, and you can have three parameters, four parameters, as much as you want. You see, string name 1, name 2, name 3, and I just passed three parameters here and I used them. So what I want to say is, functions are really useful. Methods are really useful, and it's the same thing, method or function. So, and the good part about them is they are a block of code laying somewhere idle, and you use them only when you need them. So that means you don't need to load them in the memory, and yeah, that's a benefit of it. And that means the memory is not allocated for your parameters like this and anything, so they are idle somewhere and they are only existing in the memory when you need them. And of course you can reuse them as many times as you want. You can call print names many times from anywhere, and it will act accordingly the parameters you pass here, and that means you are increasing reusability. So that's the beauty of it. And here you can specify the return value. Here I said void, but that means nothing. If I say string, then I will have to return a string, otherwise I will have a problem, an error. It needs something to return, so I should say return um, string dot empty. I mean, I'm just returning an empty string, and now I don't have any exception, right? So this is how you can do it. And now we need to have named arguments. So now I'm sending string name to name 1, name 3, name 1, name 2, name 3, and when I call this function print names, I should send parameters in the same order, because all of them are string. So how do you distinguish? You need to put them in the same order. The value of name 1 should be first, name 2 should be second, and name 3 should be third. But like here, I'm calling this function print names, where I'm so this is the second case. This is named arguments. I could do the same thing. I could do the same thing like this. Like this. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm sending this with these values, Stefan John test. That means I'm passing three values, and in the second one I'm sending name 2, name 1, name 3. So I'm sending parameters as named. So I'm saying this first value is for name 2, means for second argument. Name 1 is John, means for first argument, and name 3 for the third argument, for the third parameter. So I'm just sending values according to the parameter name. So that's uh, that's it for parameters in C sharp. Now you need to have overloading. Okay, so you have a function which calculates something, and then you have a function which calculate the same thing but with the different parameter types. So here you have parameter integer. For the second method you have parameter float, and for third method with the same name you have double, double y, double x. So you have a parameter type of double. So if you if you put the same method two times, you will have a problem. You cannot have two methods with the same name, because then you will have a problem. uh, cons- uh, Compiler will not understand which one to call, so then it will but now you are differentiating the method, my method, with the same type, with the same name, but with the different parameters. So you overloading the parameters, right? And of course you can change the return type, float, double. But if you keep the same parameter type, and if you change the return type, that doesn't matter, because still you are calling, because signature of the method is the same. So return type does not matter, but parameter, changing the parameter types, you can overload a method. Simple. So this was it about methods. We will, in the next video we will talk about classes, oops concepts, and this the next video is really important to create your base about C sharp and object oriented programming. So if you pay attention to that video, you will be really good at C sharp, and it will create your good base, and so that you can kick off easily with the C sharp .NET development and have a good future. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I really need it, because if you like the video, then it increase the chances in the YouTube algorithm to increase the video ranking. It helps me. It will help me a lot. And if you will share it, that will also help me a lot, because my channel is just growing. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you. Thanks.